Oh, you're getting philosophical.
Well, I left school in 1992. 1992.
Your education.
Shut up. Beg your pardon, you don't say shut up, by the way. I left school in 1992, and I think nowadays, school kids get...
Don't get serious.
No, seriously, I think, no, they get away with a lot, because, like, you can't touch a kid, you can't do anything, because, no, seriously, you get in trouble. And it's like, and I think I grew up alright, excuse me, where I was being decapitated, but, seriously, you can't, what, if a child talks back to you in the class or anything, you send them outside and then their mother sues. That's all I have to say.
So, cool, to be cool is spelling it K-O-O-L, and not to be cool is spell it C-O-O-L, and that's primary school education.
Unterwäsche gehört zu den wichtigsten Utensilien der Neuzeit. Unterwäsche hat einen wichtigen Stellenwert eingenommen in der heutigen Gesellschaft.
Ja, und wegen dem Freien lassen sich nicht lumpen. Kommt dann in
Lasst euch nicht untergehen und kämpft weiter für eure Unterwäsche. Das ist wichtig.
And I think that education has been, you know, if you're simply instructing kids or simply exerting sort of ideas upon them, then it creates a resistance too much from the outside and it becomes thwarted. So listening to what's coming from the outside of a human being and approaching it with your own knowledge and wisdom in a way that allows it to expand as much as possible or find its own little grooves of growing. That sounds really loose, but that's I guess all I can say in such short time.
Education is what we need to save the world. However, we need to be educated.
Yes, I know, because
But I reckon everyone has education, even from birth. Birth you have to learn to eat, and that's education. You're educating yourself to eat. Because everyone has education. But others have more aspects than other people. That's all I got.
I was just going to say that I think like the whole point of life is to learn stuff, and I think education is just a part of that.
And I think that the movement will be negatively affected if we can't, educate people about what the environment movement has been, how it has evolved, and what it's supposed to be in relation to all of these other movements.
Diepgaand over van alles. En vertakking over van alles. Ja. En zo zit het nou ongeveer een beetje in elkaar. Heel snel samenvat. So that's a little bit education. What's what? Ja? Yeah? Maar, oh wait. Ik weet nog niet zeker, maar deze man die me nu filmt, die snapt nu geen snars van wat ik zeg. En dat is heel mooi, want ik ben echt zo vet. En, oh ja, dit is wel heel mooi. Julia, ik hou van jou. Alright, that's it.
And, it's same like, I remember this story about when I was a kid, I used to go to school, and I was passing by those houses, and there is always one of those houses with dogs, and you have these barking dogs barking at you all the time. And next door there is a nice, cute dogs wanting to jump on you. And what makes the difference between this barking dog and this nice little dog? It's education, it's conditioning. Those two dogs were born like beautiful puppies. And because of their training, of their education, one became very aggressive and one became very loving. Same with people.
I think education is just a formal part of that, for set subjects. So it's just one side of learning in general.
And at the end, thank you very much for this interesting interview. I hope you have fun with us, and we wish you a very nice Christmas.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
The importance of protecting it. It's so much more important than learning how to make money. Not to say that making money isn't useful and important, but if you're making money in such a way that you're destroying the future, then you're really ruining it for your kids. And the kids are really important. Without the kids, there's no future.
but I think it goes even deeper than that, and I think that's something. Personally, I think, and I'm sure I'm not the only one by any means, where there's a degree of frustration because there's some, you know, sometimes I feel like I have expectations on what I think is the right thing to do, but that really comes down to experience, and it really can't be learned in books, and a lot of that is still going to be random. So I wish I had something that was a little bit more clear in regards to what is education, but that's about as best I can do right now. Give it some more thought. That's definitely a great question.
You can take two different babies, and one can turn out a beautiful scientist, Nobel Prize, bring a lot of love to humanity, and you can turn another one as a criminal. So it's very important. The first thing I would do if I am the president of the world, I would change education. I would make sure that we receive a universal education where we promote the human rights, and every schools should teach the human rights. We are not doing it. It's unacceptable. In every country there is no school teaching kids the human rights. So we need to start with that. We need to teach children the respect of each other, how to love our differences, how to respect other people's ideas and differences, and we can do that through education. So the only way to change the world would be to change. It starts with education, and to ensure a more peaceful and loving world. That's why it's so important.
And what are some of the words in English to summarize what you said there?
It's like a little bit education. You learn about the wat is maatschappij ook weer in het Engels? Like you learn about how the world is, like how you can roll in a job. You learn about the culture and about people around the world, how they live, and like math. You learn math and economic and all kinds of stuff like that. That's like a little, like something I said about in Dutch.